Sunfall here with a guide for Ambrose Island. This will be a Silent Assassin suit only run on master difficulty.
Welcome to.
I saw Akka pacing around like a tiger in a cage earlier.
I originally did this run in the ducky suit and I'm really not happy because apparently the Lucky Ducky suit, considering it says suit in it, doesn't count as a suit. So I had to redo this run, so you won't unfortunately see any challenges unlock except for the Silent Assassin suit only one. I really wish IO would fix stuff like that. Anyway, you want to open this door and pick up this banana. Turn on this clock radio. Turn off the clock radio. Climb through. Climb over. Now the banana placement is very important. This run in particular, I didn't get it completely right, but it's okay because I can show you what happens when it goes wrong. But you want to place it at the edge as much as possible. And slightly more to the left than the right that I placed it at. Then we want to go up these stairs and head to the right. You want to climb through this. And you want to grab the emetic poison. And now we'll be doing a classic Hitman trick, which is to delay our target. We're delaying Noel, and as you can see that woman there that we woke up, she's getting dressed. And that's why we're delaying him, so that she gets here. And we can basically deal with this target. Otherwise you'd have to wait for a second cycle of his, and we don't want to wait. Once she climbs the stairs, wait a little bit till she's really close. Like now, and head off. Because we have to get in that door before it closes. If you make it like I did, you'll have plenty of time to prepare the food and poison it and leave. The reason we have to get in the door before it closes is because it's locked. And that's the only way we can get in. On the way out you might get noticed, but you won't get spotted as long as you're quick. This part takes a while because it takes her forever to prepare the food that we've already made. She's ruining a 5-class poison meal. Get your coin out now that she's coming to serve the food. Now you want to wait till that green color disappears. See how it's disappeared now? Annoy this guy so he turns around. And get ready to place a coin on the ground. Alright, now that Noel's done that, we place the coins.
Alrighty. Okay.
If you're quick enough, you can pick them back up. But we're basically placing them just to distract these two.
Oh yeah.
Get some distance between Noel and them.
Okay.
And Noel didn't fall in, which is, like I said, can happen, and this is why I wanted to show you how to deal with that. Then hold Y when you grab him and you'll dump him in.
Hey.
Death by banana peel. I had practiced that kill a lot, so I could nail it down for you everyone and get it done quickly. I didn't want to wait for the second cycle, so it took me a little bit to figure out how to get it to be done in the first cycle. There are two things that can happen when you shoot the camera. They can hear the bullet, or they cannot hear the bullet. If they hear the bullet, they'll wander off. And if they don't, they'll stand there. It's good that he stood there because that's what I wanted to show you. That you can still make it if he's standing there. If he wanders off, it'll make it easier for you. So either way, it's fine, no matter how he responds. Turn on the camera. And then wait.
Okay.
Now, I never had this happen, but for some reason this guy just decided he would keep smoking every time I turned on the distraction device. So I had to work out a way to get past him and the other guy and this guy after the distraction was dealt with. But I think I found a good way. So you just gotta wait. When this guy comes out, he'll stop smoking and turn around. And then you go for it. Just be very careful and stick to the right. Then you can climb through here. Wait for this guy to lean up on the wall. And grab this propane tank. This propane tank is one of our most prized possessions. Grab the crowbar. Now, if you had the guard wandering around, I would recommend waiting in the bush first and seeing where that guard is if he's not returned to his previous position. A couple of times I'd come out and he'd just walk out of the security room. We're waiting for the security guard while we're listening to her, because now that he's turned back into his position there, we can walk in without having to worry. Walk, don't run, and we can destroy the security cameras. And they won't even notice. If he's in the other position, it's got a chance of him turning around, so we don't like to risk that. Now we unfortunately have to wait for her to stop talking, because we can't set up the next bit until she leaves her desk. You do want to drop the propane tank and leave it where it is, around this corner. You don't want to take it with you when I do this next pass, because A, you can't take it with you, and B, you'd have to try and figure out how to pick it back up. Where it is now, it's in the perfect spot for you to pick it up later.
Akka, he's not trustworthy. I can tell. I can always tell.
No one is trustworthy. Trust is always a risk. But trusting Shu pays for guns. It pays for boats. It pays for bribes and tools and outposts and workers. It pays for everything we need to get ahead so that one little company weasel betraying us won't take the whole operation down. Remember that. Is this Miss Wong? I got this number from a mutual friend of ours. He said you might be interested in some of the opportunities my organization could provide. We do a lot of things. We move freight around, we do some business as petrochemical middlemen, we broker the occasional ship.
Alright, now she's finally leaving. We just gotta wait for her and a bodyguard to go downstairs.
No, it's not all. Strictly on the books? No. We prefer to operate discreetly on our own terms. We do skirt some legal boundaries.
I was about to go for it, but then I noticed the guard on the right was coming back. Now he's the one you gotta be aware of. If he comes, you gotta wait for his cycle. The guard in front of me actually can't spot me, but the guard on my right can. This is why I said you don't need a propane tank for this part. You just leave it behind. Stick to the left as much as possible. Then climb this pole. Open this door. Take this letter off the desk, because why not? And then grab the key. Climb out this window. And then push B. and B to fall down. Grab your propane tank. And then walk through this part, don't run, because we still got that guard on our right. Open the door here.
Mr. Smith.
Talk to Agent
You're a
Smith.
sight for sore eyes. 47.
You should
Unlock
get
the
out
door.
of here.
Collect his little pamphlet.
I'm gonna have to add you to my Christmas card list at this rate.
Listen, you see that car battery over there?
Turn on the
She hooked up the
water.
gauge to it and turned the juice on when she wanted to screw with us.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job.
And then I noticed that
Wouldn't use any-
she was in that area, and normally when she goes in that area, she comes into the prisoner area. So, for safety, I took down this window.
See you around.
So that way, if she comes and we don't have the time to set this up, we can bolt into a safe area. Because otherwise, our only other exit is the door there and the door with the bodyguard. So once he leaves, turn that on and then jump out. Pick up our gas canister
Who do you think it is?
or propane flask. And this is the weirdest thing. She started having a conversation. I'd never seen her do that. And he was standing there. Maybe because it was so close that I got him out. They were buying some time. But anyway, I looked for the guard on my right. There was no guard on my right. I saw my opportunity to go, so I went. Guard on my right almost spotted me because he was coming, but I had enough time to get out there, so... Sweet.
Do you feel like this isn't really your life at all? That we should strip back?
Now we just have to destroy the computer. This took me a lot of time to work out and a lot of time to practice to nail it, so that way you could have the easiest method possible to destroy the satellite computer. But you want to throw the propane task up here. And then while we're waiting, grab this coconut. I always like to have a couple of items I can throw just in case. So I'm showing you these items so that in case things go wrong for you, because as we know the AI are unpredictable, you've got a couple of items you can throw yourself to try and distract them and get out. But if you time this just right, I wouldn't always time it just right, but if you do time it just right,
Now you just have to deal with the satellite control unit.
it's okay if you don't, because you just take a bit longer. You can actually pick up the propane flask, follow him, because he hasn't turned around yet, get into this shrub, and then straight away head down. If you didn't get it just right like that, and he's turned around, you can still hang in that first bush and then just wait for your opportunity to go to the next one, and then proceed. It doesn't really matter which way you get it. This part, there's two guards here. I know there's only one at the moment, but they will talk to one another. And whenever I came in, and it was always a variety of positions. But if you get lucky and it's just this guy, or if you wait till you get just this guy, you'll be able to pull this off. So once he turns around, make your way to the box here, and then the box over here. Now you got to position yourself so you're in front of this box, next to the screwdriver. Aim all the way up, and then throw the flask. It'll land, and you can see it, just barely, but pull out your pistol. Aim just between the cracks. And that destroys the computer. And now you can run off.
Well done. With the control unit in pieces, the satellite's no longer our problem. And that's that.
You have to be in
The rest
front of that
the
box
guns.
and right next to the screwdriver and throw it all the way up so it lands. And that way you can see it through the grate and shoot it. Now the hard part, getting through this part. There is a can on your left that you can grab if you need a second item to distract. And there are 2 guards that are coming, as you can see. They will turn around and go away, so you can wait for them. I'm not going right now because the girl's having a smoke break, so she could spot me if I went into the bush, let alone the guards. And then he comes back, so that's when I decide to grab the can. I want to distract him so I can get to the second bush, because I can't be bothered waiting. So he's turned around, and I go for it. And then I run for it because the girl's finished her smoke break. I could have used that coconut I had, but that meant going into the inventory and I didn't want to do that. If we stand right here, we can activate the beacon and distract.
Tracker signal received. Coordinates locked. Incoming.
And that's how we finish the mission. Thank you for watching.